These exercises are a group of exercises that are going to massively work on strengthening our knees, our pelvis, getting our glutes to switch on, but also to make sure that we create the fundamentals within some of the movements for our legs. To start off with, we're going to go through a warm-up. We're going to grab our foam roller and we're going to work on foam rolling our glutes. Just going to grab our seat onto the roller, and then from there you're just going to lean over across. Make sure your left knee is nice and straight, right ankle over, on a chest nice and tall. From there we could either hold it on that spot for around 30 to 60 seconds, or we could very gently roll up and down. So I'm going to hold it for around 30 seconds whilst rolling gently up and down, maintaining a lovely posture. After we've done this side, we'll swap over to the left hand side. So I'm going to move my body over towards the right so I can lean into my left hip. Left ankle over. Make sure your right knee is nice and straight, chest nice and tall. And then same as the other side, I'm just going to very gently roll in and out. I'm just preferring to roll in and out today. However, you can just do a hold, help to desensitize that area. But quite often with movement, it's a good idea for us just to move in and out to get increased circulation around certain areas that need more. So in 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to go on to foam roll the front of the thighs. So what I'd like us to do, you're just going to go onto your elbows, relax your shoulders, and from that position very gently going to go forward and backwards, in and out of our foam roll. Keep those shoulders, keep the tummy drawn, and keep your toes in contact with the floor. You can turn your heels out a touch more. That'll increase that, or the sensitivity potentially more on the outside of that legs. 3, 2, and 1. From there we're going to increase our blood flow and reduce the sensitivity on the inside of the thigh. So what we're going to do is have our leg out to the side. Just relax our shoulders more down to that position. You can turn your heel up a little bit more, and that allows us to get a little bit more on the inside of that thigh. Now if we're feeling really up for it, we can very gently bend our knee, take it in and out on that sensitive area. But if it's too sensitive, limit your range of motion, or find an area that's not as sensitive that allows us to straighten the leg up and down. Again, we'll hold it for roughly around 30 seconds, up to a minute. If you feel that you want to spend a bit more time on this, that's completely fine. And 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to swap over to the other side. I'll move across. Again, finding that sensitive area on the inner thigh. Turn the toes down, touch the heels more up towards the ceiling. And from that position, very gently straighten out and come back up. It's good for us to increase the circulation with the inside our inner thigh, especially for when we need it when we go into our further exercises. And 3, 2, and 1. I'd like us to foam roll our calves as well. So what we're going to do is let's have our feet out in front of us, hands come through behind us, relax our shoulders, and from that position there, we can rotate our legs in and out. So our thighs, and then my thighs rotate one way, my thighs rotate the opposite way. That allows us then to work the whole or full spectrum of the calves from left to right. Once we've done those, we can alternate our toes up. One toe goes down, the opposite toe goes away. Just alternate. Increase the circulation as well. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, from there we're going to move on to our split squats. I'll do a side on angle for one leg and I'll do a front on angle for the opposite leg. So what we want to do is make sure we've got enough width in our body. Make sure that front knee, the knee's pointing straight ahead with the foot. The idea here is to try and take the weight of this back leg. So allow that back leg really to relax. And from there I'm going to sit into my glute. Once I've done that, allow my knee to bend as far forward as I can whilst keeping my heel down. And we're going to slowly come back up again. We're going to do a total of, well, a minimum of 7 up to 10. So slowly down, feet into that glute, drive through the floor so your knee stays nice and stable, back up. And go down for 3. Slowly down. Allow this knee to relax, drive up. 4. Keep lovely posture, driving through that foot, down for 5, most of my weight's through the front leg, 6, toes are down, heels down, knees nicely loaded, knees nice and straight, make sure that knee stays in a good position, especially when you're pushing up, down for 7, we'll do 7 for this set, and then drive up, all the way up, and then down. What we're going to do is we're going to swap over onto the other leg. So facing forward, in that position, we'll swap onto the other leg. We're going to go down into our squat and drive back up. Make sure this knee stays nice and aligned. So I'm going to go down, this back knee in, and push up. Down we go. And feel like I'm pushing down and up. Make sure that knee doesn't drop in before you push up, okay? So when I'm in this position here, I'm loaded through this knee stays stable, pushing straight through that leg. Down we go. Up we come. And down we go. And up we come. So one more. The next exercise we're going to go through is to loosen off the inner thighs. Move out the way. But what we're looking for here is to make sure you create a nice big stretch with the knees nice and wide, like I've done before, nice and wide through that position. And what we're looking for here is to be able to sit back into our glutes, but make sure that our spine remains neutral. The moment we feel that our glutes tuck under, also known as a butt wink, we make sure that we focus before we get to that point that we feel we're pushing down onto our hips, feel that stretch. The moment it gets easier is because we tilt and under. So once we're in that position there, push down, we're going to move forward. We're just going to lift our chest up, open up through the front of the body. Want us to feel if we can tilt our hips open that way to allow us to open through the hips and then slowly back. Sit into your glutes, into that position and open up. Can look up, pull your shoulder blades back, push down. Real nice big stretch on the inner thigh and open up. Okay, we're going to do 7 to 10 of these. Pull your shoulder blades back, look up, keep your elbows relatively relaxed. Go down into it, really feel like we're sitting down as far as we can and open up. Let's make it the last one. Really be aware of that lower back. So really making sure that we maintain a really good neutral spine. So when we go into our squats, that we're sitting nice and straight into that position. We'll move on to our next exercise, which I'm just using a slippery board or slide board, whichever way, whatever the name is of that. The key here is to be able to control through our leg. So the focus from here is way through this left leg, and from that position I'm going to slide away, but the focus is here. This knee stays nice and soft, my chest stays open, sat into that glute, loaded the knee nicely, and from there I'm going to pull that all the way up. So we're going to go down, slide it away, keep majority of my weight through the side, keep my arch up in this left leg, and pull back up. Down we go. Remember, I'm looking for one movement up. Now we go for 4. Keep the chest open, knees soft. You can open up that foot a little bit more, so that allows us to work a little bit more on the inner thigh. And pull up. Excellent. Let's go one more. And stop there. Very good. Okay, I'll show you a few from a side angle. From that position there, as I'm reaching away, I'm set into my glute, but allow my knee to bend. Keep my chest nice and tall, and from there, keep my weight through this leg, pull up, using the glute, keeping the knees nice and controlled. I'll show one more angle on this position. Chest nice and tall, set into that glute, really pulling that all the way up. Just got a little bit far on that one, so if we overstretch it, it's a little bit harder for us to pull that back up. So that's a little bit better. Now we go for 4. 5. Allow that knee to bend, but sit into that glute, chest nice and tall, really pulling up. That's it. Off we go. Hold that position, drive back up, and again. Drive back up. Let's go one more. Remember, keep this knee nice and stable. The majority of the weight through this leg, using the inner thigh, so I'm pulling up but keeping the control through the opposite leg. Very good. Okay, once you've done that, just going to work on some light landing or soft landing through the foot and ankle complex, and we're going to go into a partial squat. So what I'm looking for here is to allow us to work on deceleration. I'll show you from a front on angle. We're going to go down, keep the knees in line, as when I'm driving up, we'll make sure the knees don't collapse in. So we're going to keep them stable. When I push up, I'm keeping that nice and stable. So the movement is one movement up, soft landing and hold. Drive up, soft landing and hold. Side on angle, the softer we land, the better we decelerate. So from there, driving up, soft landing. Drive up, soft landing. Drive up, soft landing. One more. And hold and relax. Once we've completed those, really focusing on keeping the knees nice and straight, landing nice and softly through the feet, I want us to continue and redo the same set of exercises for another round. You can build up to 3 rounds, but please make sure that we foam roll those glutes, foam roll those inner thighs, the front of the thighs, before we start our second set. Thank you.